Okay, so what the hell happened to these people? The cast of Vampire Diaries, which was a really successful show where they were averaging 3.5 million viewers every single episode and went for 171 episodes on the CW. But since the show ended, none of the main cast have really done that much, and I'm just wondering why none of their careers really progressed that next level. So off, we gotta go back to the year 1991 because that's when this woman right here, LJ Smith, created the first ever Vampire Diaries book, which wasn't actually that successful when it first came out, where it did make it onto the bestsellers list, but it just didn't sell enough copies to warrant a movie or a TV show, and it kind of faded out in the late 90s. Things changed in the 2000s because Harry Potter becomes the biggest franchise in the world, and Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and Borders all realize that 60% of the people buying the books are girls, and also they're getting a lot older, so they're trying to fill the void, coming up with something girls are going to like in the fantasy niche. It wasn't Vampire Diaries, it was Twilight, written by Stephanie Meyer, where they sold 2 million copies in the first 18 months, which was more than what Vampire sold in 14 years at that point. And then they make the movie that's a huge hit, but it starts the vampire craze. Because Twilight and vampires are so popular, the CW is looking for a way to compete, and they realize Vampire Diaries is kind of similar, so they buy the rights to it to make it into a TV show. It's a massive hit on day one with 4.9 million people watching the premiere, which was actually the most watched pilot ever for a CW show.